Why do so many fans hate Transformers Animated? Transformers Animated. My introduction to the Transformers that we all know and love. And as an '05 baby, the 2007 debut of the show was perfect for kids around my age at the time. Well, maybe a tad older, but nonetheless, it was my introduction to the franchise. It started my spiraling and probably never-ending addiction to Transformers, as Transformers Animated led to my pops introducing me to the G1 cartoon and then to the Bayverse films when I was old enough, and yada 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 to where we are now. But it all started with Transformers Animated, and to this day, I enjoy the show. While the show has many fans amongst the Transformers fandom like myself, it also seems to be towards the bottom of a lot of fans' favorite Transformers media. But why? First, I want to put it out there that Animated is not my favorite show. I love the show, but G1 is my favorite. It's not even my second favorite show, to be honest, as I think Transformers Prime is better than Transformers Animated. In some ways, I think that Animated is a perfect blend of those two shows. It has funny and quirky moments and characters similar to G1, while also it follows a main cast of bots like Transformers Prime. I don't think it's dramatic to say that most Transformers fans grew up with G1, and a lot of them probably think that Transformers media should all be G1ified. But I enjoy different versions of characters. It would be lame to see, Optimus Prime being the same all the time, or Bumblebee being the same all the time. And specifically with Bumblebee, I think we definitely benefited with different versions of him, as I think there are a lot of versions better than G1 Bumblebee, although I do like G1 Bumblebee. But the Transformers Animated writers were very bold with their vision and overall backgrounds in design for the show. For starters, Optimus not being the top dog among the Autobot ranks was a big swing by the writers, and I like the idea of the Elite Guard, but it's not something I would want to see again, although I liked it. And this is going to be a trend of a lot of my opinions on the show. Probably the most hated thing about Transformers Animated is the design of the bots. I never had a problem with the designs of the characters, except for the scaling. I think it's a little ridiculous how massive the Decepticons are compared to the Autobots, but what especially makes me not like that is that this probably limited the amount of Decepticons in the show, because the Autobots stood little to no chance against one or two cons, so the show wouldn't have lasted very long if more bad bots were introduced. But overall, I like the designs of the bots in Transformers Animated. I think the characters themselves were solid too. The humans in the show were also good. They contributed to the comedic aspect and also the emotional aspect of the show, and it was cool to see how the Autobots and the humans connected and bonded over time, similar to Bumblebee and Spike in the G1 cartoon, and even Captain Fanzone started warming up to the Autobots eventually.
This is why I hate machines!
But I think Sari's key was a bit ridiculous at times, and she became way too OP in Season 3. I really wish she didn't turn out to be a robot and that whole deal happened. But for the bots themselves, I love the different takes on their characters, and most notably for me, Blitzwing. That dude was an absolute riot. I also think Prowl was very cool too. The Ninja Bot thing was epic, and it was fun watching him grow closer to his team, as well as his journey to adapting and loving the nature on planet Earth. Kind of similar to how Jazz is usually portrayed in some ways-ish, but I'm glad we did get Jazz in the show too. And by the way, I think his design was especially awesome. In addition, I think Shockwave posing as Long Arm, the Autobot spy, was also really cool, even though he ended Blur, so rip in the chat for Blur. And how can I not mention the Dinobots? They looked awesome, and Grimlock was hilarious. However, I don't like how Snarl is the name of the Triceratops. That's always Slag or Slug to me, but naming rights and all that, yada yada yada, so I'll let it slide. But I wish Snarl and Swoop got some lines too, because I don't think they said a word, and I would have they looked like they had some interesting things to say. And finally, I think it was cool to see a blend of characters from Season 1 and 2 of G1 with characters from Season 3. And I like how more shows and movies do that now as well. But I think that overall, Transformers Animated is a great show, even though it's not the best. I think it gets way too much hate among the fandom. I wish we got a Season 4 because I wanted to see Bumble Prime or whatever his name was going to be. That design looked sick, and I think the storyline would have been epic. I want to know how we got from Bumblebee to Bumble Prime, and how, the Prime process is in in the writers, in this writer's universe here for animated. Like how does one become a prime, or how does one get in the position of Ultra Magnus, you know, the top dog? But we're never gonna get that now, unfortunately, and it pains me to this day. But I want to know what your thoughts are on Transformers Animated, so let me know in the comments below. Do you think Transformers Animated is overhated, underhated, fine how it is, or I don't know? Give me your thoughts. Yeah, this was a short video, but yeah, thanks for docking, y'all. Have a nice day.